Good morning. This is Scott DeCamp with CatchMark SportsNet, and this is episode 4 of the CatchMark SportsNet Catch-Up. It's a weekly recap of the 2022-23 winter sports season in the West Michigan Conference. It's Monday, January 30th, and we're recapping conference highlights from January 23rd through the 28th. We're going to start with wrestling. It was a busy day for West Michigan Conference wrestlers on Saturday. At Whitehall, the Vikings hosted the annual Rick Champion Alumni Duels. About 30 alumni of the Vikings wrestling program, including wrestlers, coaches, and statisticians, were on hand for the event. Division III fourth-ranked Whitehall finished runner-up in the event, recording 3 victories before falling to Division II fourth-ranked Allendale in the finals, 42-25. Shane Cook, Darnell Mack, and Ryan Goodrich each went 4-0 on the day for the Vikings. Across the lake at Montague, the Wildcats hosted the annual Randy Jacobs Memorial Duels. Orchard View edged Montague 36-35 in the 5th-place match, pitting West Michigan Conference foes. In the championship match, Hamilton defeated Fruitport 43-27. Tristan Winkleblack of Montague went 5-0 on the day. One thing I'll add to this is I was there a little bit, taking some pictures and videos for an upcoming Profile of the Week on Montague Wrestling, and was able to get a fun TikTok of the Montague wrestlers kind of killing some time, doing a dance-off in one of the little meeting rooms before it was their turn to take the mat. It was just kind of fun just to see the kids having fun with it. So conference meet is this Saturday at Orchard View, so that should be really interesting when you have all 14 schools there under one roof. So check that out if you're in town. So switching over to bowling. We haven't had a ton of bowling coverage, but we did have a Profile of the Week that posted yesterday on Orchard View boys bowling team, which is doing very well this season. They were among the teams competing, by the way. Orchard View and Holton were among the West Michigan Conference teams competing in the Reese Puffer Invite on Saturday. Orchard View boys hung in there. They lost a tight one to Division I Rockford in the finals, 376-374. On an individual note, kudos to Holton senior Chase Albright, who broke a school record with his 279. He placed 3rd overall in the tourney, only 6 pins behind the individual champ. Great job, Chase, on that. That's a great score. Entering this week, Orchard View's boys bowling team leads the conference standings with a 7-1 record. They're all done for the conference duels. They're followed closely by Oak Ridge at 6-1. Oak Ridge did beat Orchard View in the head-to-head. Holton is 4-2, and Ravenna is 4-3 on the boys' side. On the girls' side, Oak Ridge and Whitehall are tied atop the standings at 6-1. Ravenna is 3rd at 5-2, followed by Fremont at 4-2. Now, jumping over to girls basketball. In the CatchMark SportsNet West Michigan Conference Game of the Week last Friday, Montague's girls basketball team completed the regular season sweep of rival Whitehall with a 51-27 victory over the host Vikings. The Wildcats used their tough defense and balanced offense to get the job done. They were trailing 5-0 after the end of the first quarter, so a little bit of a rough start there for the Wildcats, but they got it rolling and looked pretty good after that, especially the second half. They really got it going, scored 38 points in that half. And this week, they've got another big game. They host Ludington on Thursday in the CatchMark SportsNet Game of the Week, so look for that free live stream on our YouTube channel. Speaking of Ludington, the Orioles remained unbeaten in the division at 11-3 overall, 8-0 in the WMC Lakes, with a tight 42-40 home victory over Oak Ridge Friday. It's a challenging week for Ludington. They host Reese Puffer on Tuesday night before making that trip down to Montague 2 days later. In the WMC Rivers division, Hart still continues to lead the way at 10-2 overall and 7-0 in the division. They had a game postponed or canceled Friday because of inclement weather. They were supposed to play Potter's House over at Cornerstone, and that didn't happen, so they're itching to get back out there too. Now over to boys basketball. Ludington and Hart continue to lead the way. They remain unbeaten in boys basketball, although Orioles were pushed to the brink in a 76-74 non-league overtime win at Division I Traverse City Central last Tuesday. The Orioles trailed by as many as 19 points early in the third quarter before David Schillinger erupted for 32 of his game-high 35 in the second half. Gage Jones' three-pointer at the buzzer for Ludington sent the game to overtime, and then Levi Lehman's bucket with 2 seconds left in the extra period won it for the Orioles. Whitehall is also playing really good ball lately. The Vikings are riding a 6-game winning streak, but they have a tough week ahead. Tomorrow, Tuesday, they host Mona Shores, and then on Friday, they have a really tough non-league test against Grand Rapids Covenant Christian. A week from this Thursday, February 9th, Montague hosts Whitehall in the CatchMark SportsNet WMC Game of the Week. The Wildcats also been playing well of late with 3 straight blowout wins. They face a WMC non-divisional test tomorrow night at Mason County Central, so that could be an interesting and a telling game as well. So that'll wrap it up for this week's catch-up. But as we've done so in the previous weeks, I'd like to remind coaches, please email results to us if you can. It really helps us provide content such as this and all of our other great content that we have. You'll notice there's no mention of competitive cheer in this episode. That's because results are not being reported. We did cover the West Michigan Conference competitive cheer meet earlier this season at Whitehall a few weeks ago. That was a lot of fun. We love reporting on that sport too, but we need your help, coaches, please. If you're watching this, please report and please pass the message along to your fellow coaches, not only in your sport, but other sports. We want to include all winter sports in our various forms of content, but we need your help. And so for those of you who are reporting, we really appreciate you doing so, and we can't thank you enough. Reminder, please email your scores, results, highlights, and notables to sports@catchmarkit.com on the day or night of the event. That'll wrap it up for episode 4 of the CatchMark SportsNet Catch-Up. I'm Scott DeCamp. Have a great week, everybody.